14 Machiavellian tricks. 1. Observing the invisible. If you are a dominante figure in society, always pay attention to how a person treats those who are slightly weaker than them. More importantly, watch how they treat people who are even lower in the social hierarchy, not how they treat you. Observe how they speak to service staff, waiters, interns, or someone with no influence who cannot help them in any way or serve as a stepping stone to great status. 2. Silence, the way masks are removed. If you want to see a person's true face, always speak less than they do. Many people fear vulnerability, and silence creates it. To avoid uncomfortable pauses, they often begin revealing more than they intended. They may share scripts, speak unnecessarily, try to impress you, expose their fears, and reveal their true motives. Silence is pressure. People often reveal what they never planned to say. 3. Give nothing, then watch.
A person's true behavior appears when you have nothing to offer them except your cold presence. People are often interested in what they can extract from you, your emotions, your status, your approval. When none of those rewards are available, their behavior changes instantly, and their real character begins to show.
Sometimes, however, a person may try even harder to gain your attention. Such individuals are often driven primarily by a desire for approval. 4. Disrupt their control. Many people operate through rehearsed habits. Their smiles, gestures, words, and even displays of honesty have been practiced repeatedly. Some polish their social mask until it seems fused to their face. They do this to present a carefully crafted image of themselves. To see beyond that image, disrupt their routine, change the subject unexpectedly, interrupt a joke with silence, or behave in ways they do not anticipate. Under those conditions, their carefully maintained persona begins to crack. 5. Evaluating focus. Words can be misleading, but attention rarely lies. During a conversation, watch where a person's focus naturally goes. Notice who they look at in a group and whose reactions they seek. If someone consistently directs their attention toward high-status individuals, they are likely seeking approval, influence, or status from those people. Such individuals often reserve their respect for those they perceive as powerful, while ignoring everyone else. 6. The illusion of weakness. Reveal a small, harmless weakness. For example, say, "I used to be too trusting," or "I'm not very good at handling conflict." Then observe the reaction. If the person later mocks it, mentions it casually, or disguises it as a joke, they may be opportunistic. If they simply acknowledge it and move on, they may be respectful, very cautious. By creating a controlled weakness, you can test how someone handles information that could potentially be used against you.
7. Imitation.
Everyone copies someone, whether consciously or unconsciously. They imitate mannerisms, speech patterns, appearance, and even the smallest gestures. By studying the person they imitate, you can often understand their ambitions, desires, and intentions. The person they copy is often the person they secretly wish to become. 8. Envy.
While talking with someone, mention an achievement that elevates you above them. Talk about a recent success or something at which you excel. Then observe their facial expressions carefully.
You may notice a forced smile, an unnatural reaction, attempts to downplay your accomplishment, or efforts to quickly change the subject. According to Machiavellian thinking, envy is one of the most powerful and difficult emotions for people to control.
9. Hatred.
To understand a person, sometimes all you need to do is ask a simple question. What do you hate? Ask them what kinds of people or personality traits they dislike. This question can act like a hook, because it often serves as a mirror.
More often than not, people do not end up describing others. They end up revealing something about themselves. The things a person strongly hates can sometimes reflect their own suppressed emotions, insecurities, or internal conflicts.
10. The eyes.
If you want to learn more about a person, pay close attention to their eyes. When a particular topic is mentioned, watch for changes in eye movement or gaze direction.
If they suddenly look away, hesitate, or appear uncomfortable, you may have touched on a sensitive subject. Machiavellian thinking often treats the eyes as a window into a person's inner world, capable of revealing both strengths and vulnerabilities. 11. Respect, the best weapon.
When speaking with someone, acknowledge their achievements. Highlight something you genuinely admire about them.
Compliments that appeal to a person's sense of pride can create psychological comfort and make them feel safe around you. As a result, they may lower their defenses and become more open in your presence.
12. Weakness as leverage.
A person's weaknesses can become points of leverage, because any vulnerability has the potential to influence decisions and behavior. According to this perspective, understanding someone's fears, desires, or insecurities can provide influence within a situation. However, using such knowledge to manipulate others can damage trust and relationships. 13. Classifying people. Machiavellian thinking often involves placing people into different categories based on their personalities, motivations, and behavior patterns. Once a person is categorized, specific strategies can be used when interacting with them. The idea is that understanding how different types of people think makes their behavior more predictable and easier to influence. 14. Final. Power lies in control.
Once you learn to identify people's strengths, weaknesses, motives, desires, actions, words, and expressions, you possess information that can be used as a tool. However, becoming obsessed with power can be destructive. Machiavellian philosophy emphasizes influence that is subtle enough that the other person believes they are acting entirely on their own. In this view, the strongest form of power is not open force, but guiding someone's decisions so skillfully that they never realize they are being guided. Machiavelli considered power one of the greatest tools available and believed that people should feel as though their choices are their own, rather than the result of another person's influence.